All right, my friends, welcome to the week of, I don't even know what week it is. I don't even know what day it is. It's 28th of March. How many of you have totally lost what day it is? What day it is? You might know what month it is. You definitely don't know what time it is. And you've been wearing pajamas or sweatpants for the last couple days, if not weeks. And it's okay. It's okay, I get it. But today, so it is the 28th, I just looked, 28th, we're going to be talking about some of the things that were released or talked about in the last week in the tech world. Yeah, that's coming up. All right, guys, so number one, and there's a whole bunch of things, but these were some of the ones that kind of caught my eye. Number one, here's a kind of a cool one. Google Play, for those of you that are on the Android side or use Google Play Movies, they may offer ad-supported movies. Now, this would be fantastic if it were to be released sooner or later, because hopefully what we're all going through right now is a lot of it ends sooner than later. But if it doesn't, it would be awesome to see a feature like this come out where we could watch some of these movies with ads to give us something to do. I think this would be a great time for them to push this service out. So it looks like they found it in a bunch of code of the Android app, talked about future plans. Now, when will these future plans come out? My guess is in the future. I'd like that future to be soon. That would be cool. That would be super cool. The other cool thing that Google just started doing is on their Maps application. And it's probably not everywhere, but definitely places that were registered on Maps that had their store hours. They're posting now, as it says here, a lot of the listings are getting this temporarily closed. So that's also good too. So if you're unsure if they're open or not, this may be able to show if they are, because you don't want to venture out, especially when you don't need to go somewhere that you realize is closed because of this. Kind of a cool feature, and it's nice that they're doing it, for sure. And last but not least, on that Android side, I don't want to ignore the Android folks out there, because you guys are important. Samsung launches their Galaxy Tab. That looks like on March 25th. Galaxy Tab A 8.4 with LTE coming in at $279. So that's kind of cool. High in the heels of Apple releasing their new iPad Pro, they release a little bit more of a budget-friendly iPad. Again, $279 versus, the $1,000 mark that the iPad Pro is coming in at. But you can go over to 9to5 Google and see all this information if you'd like. That's where I'm pulling up some of it, but I thought it would be cool for you guys to know. Now, on the Apple side, following that, this week Apple released a whole flurry of updates. Apple Watch got an update, iPhone's got an update, iPad's got an update, and the Mac computer's got an update, as well as the Apple TV got an update. So the big feature that everyone was talking about really was in iPadOS with trackpad support. But one of the cool features that kind of goes across all of it is the ability now for those of us that really use iCloud is to be able to share a folder inside iCloud Drive. That's a huge feature, and is now accessible on your iPhone and your iPad and your MacBook. That's a feature I'll be using, and especially for those of us that have bought larger iCloud storage. I run 2 terabytes of iCloud storage, so being able to use that now as a shareable folder that I can share with specific people, that's super useful. So that's cool. That's number one. Number two was kind of like a silent release, actually, and I get it. It wasn't a big release, but if you look on Apple's website here, Mac Mini new, Mac Mini. So it's kind of they kind of snuck that one out there, and really I can see why they snuck it out, because it's not anything big. The only update really that it looks like they did was in regards to hard drive. Just like the MacBook Air, which used to start at 128 gigs, the base model now on the Air was 256, as well as on the Mac Mini. Now you're seeing that base model is getting 256 gigs of storage as well. So when we come into that purchase, you'll see 3.6 gigahertz quad core, 8 gigs of RAM, and 256 gig. Really, in my opinion, the one that most people probably should buy, which is the 6-core version, comes with 512, and 512 is definitely respectable, definitely enough storage for the majority of us to do whatever we kind of need. You always have that ability to run external if you so choose. Little tiny update to the Mac Mini, but it's there. Usually I do 3 things. We're doing 4 today. So third thing really. So we did a Google, we did an Apple. Third thing, we'll do services. Let's do services as our third thing. And 2 services, really. So number 1, Amazon. If you look at Amazon, Amazon started throttling non-essentials now. It doesn't matter if you are on Prime or not. Prime for non-essential devices, and I'll let you look at this one. So I have a Amazon Basics ratcheting set. It is by Amazon. It is a Prime item. Free delivery by Thursday, April 23rd. So you're looking at a month. About a month to get that, because it's not considered an essential. Now, if I were to come here and let's say that me and the missus were looking for sugar-free ketchup, because as you've seen in my videos, I need ketchup. Ketchup's important, right? Ketchup, and I click on this, even though it's an add-on, but whatever. You'll actually see, get it Friday. Now, you'll notice that I'm recording this on the 26th because it takes me a couple days to upload it. I would literally get it tomorrow, 27th. Essentials, they're still pushing out. If it's like food or something that has to do with like health and things like that, your Prime will still get it to you within a day or 2. But Amazon really had to take the non-essential stuff, and it's a lot of both their services for pushing out as well as services for receiving items. They wanted to make sure they didn't have as much staff on location. And I had just read actually this morning that because they were limiting their staff, for any staff that's going overtime, they're getting double pay. That's cool. Good on you, Amazon. I know it's important for you guys to keep your services because so many people are depending on that, especially for those of us that don't want to leave the house because of what's going on right now. So being able to have at least the essentials delivered, as well as making sure you pay those that are working hard to get those services to our house. That's good. Last but not least, and this is something that will affect probably all of us. It may not be affecting you right now, but it will, so be aware of it. Is YouTube. So as we can see here, YouTube to throttle video quality globally for about a month. As of today, and again, I'm recording this on the 26th, but we're pretending it's the 28th because that's when you guys possibly are watching this. They've already done it in a lot of the European countries. So throttling it, and it was something that was requested out to both YouTube and Netflix and anybody that's streaming, because they realized that so many people were home and they didn't want their internet to have all that pressure on it. So last thing that anybody needs, especially the government or like hospitals or anything like that, is to have the internet go down so the network crashes. Anything that can help take a bit of that strain off was appreciated. They contacted Netflix and YouTube and all those and asked to have their streams throttled, and they did. So it looks like globally it's coming to the rest of us. Now the cool thing is, what YouTube's going to do is when you start playing a video, it's going to start playing in standard definition. And if you're okay with that, or you don't even realize it, it is what it is. Especially if you're watching on like a mobile device, you probably won't even see that big of a difference because your screen's so little. If you decide that you don't want that, you will have that option to go into the settings of that video and punch it back up to high def or whatever if you so choose, but it's going to default to standard definition. Again, as of today, I've played a couple of videos and they all came through in HD, but it's something to look at because we don't know when it's going to be rolled out to the different countries and or the area of your country that you're in. So it could be something that's very staggered. Just watch for it, be aware of it. So here in Canada, we're getting it. It doesn't really matter where you are. It does say it's coming out, and it's going to last for approximately 30 days. This doesn't mean that at 30 days it's going to instantly come back. It may get stretched out further, but as a minimum, this is what's going to be happening out. It says the worldwide video quality change will roll out gradually starting Tuesday over a few days. YouTube, which has 2 billion monthly users, said peak of demands aren't much different, but it is seeing changes in usage patterns. It is good that they're taking this seriously and doing what they can to bring that down so that we take that strain off the network. All right, my friends, that's it. 28th, well, 26th for me, 28th for you. Hope you guys are staying healthy. Hope you guys are safe. You're finding things to do. Now, this is getting released Saturday morning for you guys, but be aware at 1 o'clock Eastern time, Saturday, today, this afternoon for me, Eastern time, 1 p.m., we're going to be doing a live. Come in, join us, live session. I'm going to see if I can get my wife to come in too. She's entertaining, I think. All right, my friends, I'm going to leave you there. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And as per the usual, we will see you hopefully later on this afternoon. And if not, we'll see you tomorrow. Later, my friends. Be safe.